Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the channel. Once again, welcome to the delayed flight. As I said in another recent clip, this is not my hand. Yes, indeed, this is not my hand, but this is my plane. Another brand new livery for the JMB VL-3. This is our plane today. And this idea I had when we left from Paphos recently again. Somehow I liked. I mean, we will not depart from the airport, but we will depart from here. I will not proceed to the startup of the plane. I suppose this will be another clip. We just want to leave from Diagoras Airport, Rhodos, Greece, where we landed last time. It was with the Icon A5. You may have a look at this clip, quite interesting. Only a few adjustments on the autopilot. Altitude is set 2500 feet, vertical speed is set 400 feet per minute, heading is in standby mode, and I posted recently a very interesting clip about the bug of the heading bug. Yes, it is funny, because this usually doesn't work. So if you like this plane, definitely you can have a look and see how you can have this knob operational, because it is not. We are just good to go, and the rest for later. I released my parking brakes. Okay. In Paphos, I think it was easier. Okay, just in time. I engage my autopilot. Good. We are turning. Gear is retracted. Flaps are retracted, and in general we go north, actually northwest. Have a look at this tutorial if you're interested how to have your heading bug operational, because it is not. Only the interesting parts of the flight. Our plane is quite slow in general. I said this also to another clip. Ignore this rounds per minute warning. In general, it will be read lots of times. Slowly but surely, we are climbing at 2500 feet. A new camera setup for the JMB VL-3. We managed successfully to go outside of the plane. If you're interested, please let me know. And we're heading northwest. Finally, we reached 2500 feet exactly. Straight and level flight already. Not the worst weather conditions, definitely. let us increase our altitude. The weather changed, it seems. Now a few things about the JMB VL-3, which is a wonderful plane. If you are interested, the JMB VL-3 is actually an ultralight sport aircraft, and not very long time ago it was considered one of the fastest ultralight aircrafts in the world. Maximum speed can be about 160, 170 knots. Now why we are flying with a speed about 120, I don't know, and I don't want to proceed to any further installations. We have already the Garmin G3X Touch, which is fully operational. The ceiling is about 18,000 feet, and actually it is ideal for cross-country flying, and can easily, not that easily, but anyhow successfully, maybe this is the correct term, and can successfully land to challenging airfields. Quite interesting weather conditions, and unfortunately we have to go through this cloud. I want to believe it will not take long, because I don't want to climb. Okay, slightly better. Please have a look here. I will show you something interesting. We will say these things many times about the JMB VL-3. Have a look here at fuel quantity. Ignore the rounds per minute, okay? Even if it goes red, just ignore it. But here there is something interesting, and I'm sure that you don't pay attention to these details. Actually, they are not details. So if you see here, we have actually left and right tank, and at the moment, as you see, we use, okay, can I make it better? And at the moment, as you see, we are using the left tank. This from time to time we change, okay, approximately every half an hour. So how do we do this? We do this in order to equalize the balance, isn't it? And of course to consume the fuel properly. A very interesting detail, which is not a detail actually, isn't it? You go here and you press fuel pump here, this one, okay? And then you go here, left and right tank, here, and we change this from left to right. Exactly. Now you can turn this knob off. You need the fuel switch pump only when changing the tank. Okay. Very interesting weather, wonderful weather actually. Let me have a look at my cameras. Are we flying above Kos Island? Greece? No, we are flying above Turkey at the moment. As we can see in our VFR map. I will use the slew mode and time acceleration both many times in order to go faster to my destination. Otherwise we have to stay inside the JMB VL-3 for quite a long time. No hard feelings, but right now I'm using slew mode. Okay, once again, as you see here, fuel quantity has changed. Right now we are using the left tank. So from time to time, every, let's say, 30 minutes, 35 minutes, here it is, you activate the fuel switch pump and from right return back to left, and then you can as well turn the fuel switch pump off. Okay, so here, as you see, you must always pay attention. Here exactly, and now we are consuming the fuel from the right tank, isn't it? Left and right. We said that the JMB VL-3 is equipped with the Garmin G3X Touch, so here there are many interesting functions. For instance, your flight controls are here, your frequencies, communication 1 and 2, you can change also here the frequencies. Always you press back, then again you go to menu, and also if you press 2 times back here, this is the normal layout in general. So if you press once again back, you have both your PFD displays here, and also you have the map, and you have a second map, isn't it? Except the VFR map, and except the map of the G3X Touch. So this is quite handy, and we said many times that you can scroll here on the map, something that you cannot do with the Garmin G1000, and of course no reason to talk about it with the Garmin G500, which is obsolete. And now if you want to return again to the normal map without the terrain details, you go here, and here it goes, okay? And you can as well return to your map here, isn't it? Okay. Okay, good. Again, it is time to change the fuel tank. Okay, right tank. And again, fuel switch pump set to off. Okay. And of course, I suppose that you know that if you want to go to a full screen here on your PFD, you press here, full. Okay? But maybe I prefer this one here. We're getting closer to Makedonia Airport. Makedonia Airport, this is exactly where we intend to land. So let us descend to 2,500 feet. With a rate of descent of 500. Okay. I changed my heading. Sooner or later we must line up with the runway. ILS frequency, I think it is 110.30. Somewhere here is the airport, okay? And the truth is that our runway is not this one, it's the other one. So I will bring the autopilot features, pressing here. Okay. We will try to land on runway 16 with an ILS approach. This is exactly what we will do. The glide slope appeared somehow. Here it is. Yeah, here is the glide slope. Yes, this is the runway. Exactly, this here. Okay, good. Good, we are turning. It seems we will be stabilized on the localizer at least. Good. And we have an ILS approach. Excellent. GS, you see here. So, shall I record my landing? I think I will. Yes. We keep an eye on our speed. Let us extend the gear. Soon we will be landing at Makedonia Airport, Thessaloniki, Greece. With an ILS approach, frequency 110.30, runway 1634. Good, excellent. I hope I'm recording. I can as well set my flaps, first scale. Good. Right, Alt plus click on the primary flight display. It is good to have a look here what is going on, and soon we will disengage our autopilot and we will land on runway 16 with an ILS approach. The other runways better. Here we are always not perfectly lined up, but okay. We will disengage the autopilot and manually we will line up with the runway. 400 feet. Feet. Okay, let's go. I disengage the autopilot. I don't need this anymore here. Okay. A speed of about 60 knots. we're good to land. This plane was here also yesterday, I don't know. It will stay forever. Okay, let us avoid the collision. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Makedonia Airport. And this will be all for now. Maybe we will have a look at our landing. I hope it is recorded. Good. I didn't proceed to the startup of the aircraft, of the JMB VL-3, but I think I will shut off my engine normally. CTRL plus del. I set my parking brakes. CTRL plus del on the numpad. Okay, I mean I have said these things many times. This is CTRL plus del on the numpad. So I'm just curious about, yeah, it is just fine, about the two fuel tanks. It was just fine. There is no big difference. I mean, we didn't have any imbalance. Otherwise, you will feel it actually, the imbalance. Or worst chance, I mean, you will have consumed all the fuel if you don't change the tanks, isn't it? From the one side, right or left fuel tank. We can immediately shut off the engine. Here is the knob. Excellent. Okay. Backup battery is off. Fuel pump is off. Battery, avionics, and the key is somewhere here. No, the keys. I think the keys from the other side, the NX cab, because I was also flying with the NX cab recently, which also is equipped with the Garmin G3X. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe we can have a look at our landing, and this will be all for now, if it is recorded. So let us have a look at this landing, and maybe I will post later everything went just smoothly. Somewhere here I disengaged the autopilot, I suppose, isn't it? Touchdown about 50 feet per minute. And here it goes. Now I'm using the drone camera, of course. Locked on the plane. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I will not insist any further. Everything went just fine with the ILS approach, hopefully. So this is all for now. Thank you for watching this clip. And hope to see you soon to the next one. Till then, you take care and bye for now.